Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
Ann McAdoo for Infowars.com. Now, Apple's Tim Cook says that this iPhone could be the potential gateway to the police state if the FBI has their way. So we're out here today to find out from people if they think Apple's decision to push back against the FBI's request is aiding and abetting terrorism or the American people. But what do you think about the Apple versus FBI situation going on right now?
Well,
do you think that Apple should...
I think they should definitely continue to prevent the FBI from hacking their own customers.
Wow.
It's kind of a conflict of interest, don't you think?
Well,
I
absolutely.
Would you buy a phone that you know that the company can tap into whenever they wanted to?
Right. And that's a lot of the reason why people purchase the iPhone, because of the fact that Apple promised them.
And stuff like that. You mean you do the same thing. It's a lot harder to hack into one of them.
You think they should open up the cell phone and create the software so the FBI can potentially get into people's phones to fight terrorism?
Oh, that's a hard one. I just think we should really protect our privacy, but yet I do want them to be able to fight terrorism. So that is just a tough issue. Yeah. You know, I wouldn't want them in my phone violating my privacy, but yet maybe if there are people who are on a no-fly list or some sort of thing like that, then having access to those phones I think would be really important.
Yeah. Hey guys, can I get the passcode to your iPhones? Why? Do you guys have something to hide?
Yep.
Yeah. Terrorists?
Probably.
No.
I'm on Apple's side.
In a sense, they're right, because the technology, if it does get leaked, then Apple's like going to be screwed over. You know, that's going to ruin their reputation. But also, Apple needs to help the government out to find things out about this shooter. So,
yeah.
I don't know. It's a hard decision.
We do have to prevent terror attacks, and electronic information is quite valuable for terrorists. So I can see both sides of the case, but I have to go with Apple on this one.
I think privacy is a very important thing. You know, as technology advances and stuff, it's really important that we maintain our privacy from the government and the tech companies.
So what is it? It's unlocked. So you're not even worried.
Yeah, I'm not really. I have nothing to hide, so if you want to...
Get in there and see what you got going on?
Sure.
Actually, no, let's not do that.
See, you got the iPhone.
I do.
What do you think about Apple versus the FBI?
I think that they should definitely comply with the FBI.
Do you think that this is going to set a precedent, like Apple believes that, I mean, think about the Internet of Things is coming, and we know that. So is there going to be a backdoor in everything that we are going to be using in the future?
No, it's a good question, and I think this is definitely a different situation, and unfortunately with different situations you have to have those rules that may not comply with everybody else.
I think this is a one-off thing. I don't think they're going to try to apply it to across the board. I think they just want to do it this one time, help them out, help the FBI. We want to catch these people.
And so what do you think about this kind of pushback where you can see the FBI came out to the press before even trying to go talk to Apple and sort of tarnishing their reputation? Did you think that that was the appropriate thing to do, or?
Absolutely not. I think it's kind of a sensitive topic to begin with, so I think that you need to confront the company first, behind closed doors, make sure nobody knows about it, and then if it ends up happening, then you release it to the media, if that makes any sense.
I'm more opposed to the government dictating what a company has to do and forcing employees of that company to write code. I also think governments around the world should be buying Apple products right now, because apparently the best government in the world can't crack it.
Yeah.
Thousands of years ago, there was a basic form of chivalry. Our ancestors would hear the drums of war, giving the warriors of the tribe a chance to organize and prepare a defense. 60 years ago, when foreign air forces were approaching filled with bombs, they had drums of their own. air raid sirens. But in the 21st century, there are silent weapons for quiet war. Pathogens added to the food and water, and to the lining of plastics that destroy our vitality, turn off our hormones, and accelerate our journey towards death. I personally counter this onslaught with Anthroplex. Anthroplex is designed with known organic concentrated herbs to create the basic foundation to normal metabolic activity inside the human body. Discover why Anthroplex is turning so many heads today. It's time for us to take our bodies back into our own hands, and it starts at InfoWarsLife.com with Anthroplex.